This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by Mpix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto. Imagine more. On One Software that gets you back to shooting. Adorama, more than a camera store. And Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images.
Yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, everybody. Welcome to, like the way I move the mic there? Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. We had a couple little technical problems here, as we always do. Not always, just, often.
Just every week.
Just every week.
Once a week.
But we asked for some stuff at the last minute, and it drives our video team crazy, which is why we ask at the last minute. But we're glad you guys are here. We have a very interesting show today, but I'd like to first introduce my panelist. My panelist is ambidextrous, multi-breasted, and just genuinely fabulous. Matt Klaskowski.
I knew who wasn't getting introduced first.
I wish I could whistle. I can't whistle.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Hi. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Calibra.
Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
And we've had a lot of great guest hosts on this show, but this next one is
None quite as great.
None quite as great as my favorite. My wife, Calibra.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you?
Hi, Matt.
Oh, yeah, Matt's here. Sorry, there's a camera on. Whoa. Hey.
Wink, wink.
But, when I think of beautiful, believe it or not, I think of Pete. Hi, Pete.
We all do.
How's it going?
Oh, gosh.
Today?
Got a French baguette.
All I could do today, sorry, little run to Publix, little French bread.
Maurice, the baguettes.
Oui, ho, ho. So I'll be eating this during the show.
Dude, I got to tell you, it looks really good.
It does smell good.
I think it looks a little
$2.19
fake.
at Publix, it can be yours.
$2.19?
That's right.
Do you know what percentage of our viewers around the world actually have a Publix grocery store?
I know. Only the ones that live in Florida.
They're in Georgia, too. They're spreading out. They're Florida, Georgia, a couple of them. It's a wonderful grocery chain. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
They're from my hometown of Lakeland, Florida.
I won't go anywhere else.
Hey, a couple quick things. We have a couple little housekeeping things. First one, I just want to say, check this out. I am pimping the brand new Manfrotto photo vest.
I noticed that this morning because we had a video this morning, and the one thing I said to Scott was like, dude, that's pretty cool because
It doesn't look like a fishing
it doesn't
vest.
look, it doesn't look, because all
Right.
photography vests look geeky because they look like a fishing vest, and
No,
nobody
it's-
wants to be seen wearing a fishing
hot.
vest unless you're fishing.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot.
But you know
So,
what it has? It's got like padded things where you can put, and it expands out. You can put a heck of a lens in here. The insides are padded. I mean, this is really well thought out. It's just not.
Of course, if you put the big lens in, it's not quite
Isn't
as
it
hot.
nice?
Well, because it's got this thing. It's like a zipper.
It's got
pocket
zippers that
expands.
expand. You could put a DSLR in there. It's so big. Seriously, it's over here.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's huge. So anyway, but very cool. Hey, couple things. We got some great giveaways today and stuff, but one of them is going to be a full conference pass to Photoshop World. Now, the Photoshop World Conference and Expo, which is it's about half Photoshop and half photography. So if you're into either one, you can go to Photoshop World. Never take a Photoshop class, which is sad
And still
because
learn
there's
a lot.
tons of Lightroom, there's tons of Photoshop, and of course there's tons of photography.
Lighting.
It hits the Vegas Strip. That's right. The early bird special is coming up. So next Wednesday, sign up by next Wednesday and you save $100. So
Really, you could come to Photoshop World and never take a class.
yeah, you could. There's so much stuff
if
to
it's
do.
in Vegas,
Yeah.
In Vegas, there's plenty to do.
Yeah.
There's
So
probably
anyway,
some
we hope you
people
go to
that have done that.
photoshopworld.com. We're giving away a full conference pass today, but make sure that you sign up by next Wednesday. Secondly, and almost as important as Photoshop World, Brandon Jacoby has a birthday. He turned 16 years old.
Aww.
And he's a buddy of ours. He plays online on Call of Duty with us.
Tell you what,
He's pretty good too.
he kills me in Call of Duty.
Yeah, no,
We
he's
played a couple
quite
times
good.
with him.
Yeah, he's 16. You don't want to play kids that are 16
No,
because they're
no.
good
Hey,
because
Scott?
they have nothing else to do. He's a very talented guy all the way
Sorry
around.
if I could interrupt, but I'm getting inundated with people that say you need to stand up and model that vest properly for them.
Oh, I don't know if it's really all that here.
You know,
I'll do it on one of the breaks. It's a little messy here right now, but it's pimpy. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'll have to get ready on one of the breaks, so I'll make it a disaster. Another giveaway. I'm giving away a ticket to my seminar in Philadelphia. So on Friday, I'm in Philly. Philly, I'm going to have a cheesesteak.
And you're going to New York,
And I'm
right?
going to New York on Monday. So I'm going to give away a ticket to either one of those. So you can go to Philly, you can go to New York, either one you want to go to. We'll be doing this a little later, Pete.
Well, just while you're on the topic, you got one coming up. You're doing Sacramento, and then RC's doing. I thought you were doing. Sacramento.
Yeah, I'm doing
next
Sacramento,
month.
but it's like in August.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in August. I mean,
I'm doing Sacramento.
And then RC's got one coming up in Charlotte, North
He's going to
Carolina.
be in
August,
Charlotte.
too.
So yeah, so RC's going to be doing some of the tour dates with me. Well, he'll be doing some, I'll be doing some. So anyway, we'll be giving tickets away later. If you don't win a ticket, you can still come, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
But you have to pay.
you do have to pay.
Buy a ticket.
But it's $99. It's cheap. If you're a Nat member, it's $79. So, and I was just in Nashville. We launched the tour in Nashville. Had a blast. The nicest people in Nashville. I mean, just really, really great crowd. Nice people. Had like almost 300
I had the
photographers
nicest
come out.
people at my seminar.
No, dude, they were at mine. All right. Hey, a couple other things. Those of you, we started a little late. We had to run some commercials, which you know how we hate that. Dave Black's shooting high school football class went up on Kelby Training. People are absolutely losing their mind over it. It's Dave teaching the class. I'm there with him, kind of asking questions and stuff. But he's great.
Dave's awesome.
And it's a class on shooting high school football shot at a real high school football game. You're on the stand. It was great. It's a fantastic class. And
And he's a fantastic man.
yeah, and you've heard about the class, right?
Well, of course I heard about
Should people
this.
watch it?
Absolutely.
Did you get to see it?
Yeah, what'd
no.
you think of it?
I thought it was great.
Okay, so anyway, so Dave Black's also my travel photography class just went up. So if you're a Kelby Training subscriber, go check it out. It's
Good things about that one
Now
too.
that is awesome. And by the way, I didn't have to watch it because I was actually
She was
yeah,
there
she's
for it.
actually
Yeah,
there
I was
for it.
there
So
for
all
it.
right, so we got some great. We're also going to give away my brand new book, the Photoshop CS6 book for digital photographers. So what do you think?
That's the book you
She
want.
was there when
folks.
you were writing that book.
So this is. Have you got a chance to look at it yet?
No.
Okay. Anyway, we'll be giving away that.
Calibra's favorite HDR processing program, HDRFX from Mix Software.
Have you heard of HDRFX Pro?
I have not, but that wouldn't stop me from recommending it.
Okay.
And a book from Jared Foster called Storytellers.
And
And we have another one from Roberto Valenzuela called Picture Perfect Practice.
he happens to be a baseball player. Okay, so
Trying to get- there we
hey,
go.
one last thing. Do you want some free stuff? I know that you do. Go to my blog, scottkelby.com tomorrow, because every Thursday is Free Stuff Thursday. So we give away stuff tomorrow. We're giving away stuff, right, Brad? Sure. Brad runs Free Stuff Thursday. Brad's like, sure. He has no idea what we're
Sounds
giving
good.
away. We're giving away something. All right, we have a very, very important topic today. So our topic is, it's really about what's happened to Flickr is kind of what it's about, but it's really how Google Plus is killing Flickr and why photographers need to be on Google Plus now. So do me this favor. If you have friends that are not on Google Plus that are photographers, send them a tweet, a text message, an email, and say, go watch this show, because I think this is going to be really important for them, because I think we are literally going to see the end of Flickr soon. It's when I have some graphs to show some things that are going to make you go, I didn't realize it was that bad. And then what I'm hoping you're going to realize, you haven't realized how cool Google Plus is and how fast it's growing. Despite what you may have heard, we've got some statistics and things to share with you right after this break. Stick around. We'll be right here on the grid with Matt and Calibra and French Pete.
And baguette.
I can't wait to do this again.
Hi.
That's a great
We're back.
vest.
This vest, thank you. I wanted to show this part here. I'll just move my laptop there a little bit. There we go, because you can reach in your pocket and go, what the heck is in this thing? It's a freaking giant lens. That's pretty amazing. So that's what the base.
What lens is that?
Oh, this is
a 28 to 300?
This is a 70 to 300.
Oh, wow.
And so it comes with lenses. No, it doesn't actually. But you've got little pockets for like memory cards. It's very well designed.
Dude, the thing that I love the most about it is it doesn't have mesh.
It does not have mesh. You know,
Any
and
clothing that does not have
Matt
mesh
wears a lot of mesh just in
good.
general,
It's good
so
for
it's
me.
kind of good that he's got that.
Can I ask a quick, totally unrelated to anything poll question out there? It's just a
Absolutely.
discussion that I had with somebody earlier today.
Okay, sure, pull away.
Unrelated.
Okay,
so-
Pete, are you listening in here?
If you see a Volkswagen,
He's eating the bread. He's freaking eating the bread.
What?
do you know how many carbs are in that?
Dude, that is 5,000 carbs.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Atkins would die if he saw you eating that.
It's okay.
He died.
You need
know.
carbs.
All right. If you see a Volkswagen VW Bug, what do you do to the person next to you?
Punch buggy.
But what do you call it?
What?
Punch buggy?
Punch
What?
bug. Kalibra, what do you do? You've never heard of this.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
you never had Swedish fish either, have
You're
you?
driving down the road and you see a Volkswagen. You have to hit. Our son does it to me. He hits me.
What?
All right, Brad, what do you
I've
do?
never heard of this in my whole life.
What do you do, Brad? Seriously. Punch buggy?
Yeah.
Meredith?
How could I not?
Pete?
Punch bug.
You call
Meredith,
it punch bug?
Did you know
okay.
about this?
I'm just a quick poll out there. What do you guys call it? I got to know.
Okay, this is
I
why.
call it something I've never heard of.
This is why I had to move out of Germany because like my arms were just bleeding. It was terrible.
So the discussion was that
Slug bug.
somebody said they call it slug bug. So I want to see which one is more prevalent.
Slug bug coming in. It's about 65 slug bug, 35.
No.
I've
Come
never
on,
heard of
everybody
slug
around
bug.
here just called
I'm
it punch
serious.
buggy.
It could be a regional
now
thing.
it's more punch buggy.
It could
Somebody
be
said
regional.
punch buggy, no returns.
But yeah, no punchbacks.
Wow.
Punch buggy, right? No punchbacks.
No, it's no returns.
We called it no punchback.
No, that's stupid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it could be regional. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about.
No, we're not.
All right. So I started thinking about this thing. I really wanted to talk about this after I saw some
Statistics.
that stuff just recently.
We're there for you.
Because
We got your back.
Because Google Plus as a whole, I think, is really starting to catch hold, and I want to talk about some of the things that you've probably read in the media, you've heard people say offhand about it. Because the first thing is hold on, this is the international term for the people running the teleprompter. Move it up.
There it goes.
Further. Keep going. Hold on, I'm pulling it down from the cloud. Okay. I want to show first this chart, if we can bring this chart up. So this chart is looking at the how Flickr's doing versus how Google Plus is doing in number of page views. So this is real activity. So it looks like they did this on compete.com, which is a place where you can say, I want to compare this site to this site. And you're looking at Google Plus versus Flickr.com. And so, none of this really caught my attention until Yahoo got a new CEO. Now, Flickr's owned by Yahoo. And like a community got together to say, please, you're the new CEO. Fix Flickr. Stop Flickr from dying. And I'd heard nothing about Flickr. Flickr went like silent. It was like MySpace, where 2 years ago, everybody was Flickr, and then it kind of went dead. And I didn't realize how bad things had gotten. And then so they put this full page ad out that said, dear
so-and-so, please make Flickr awesome again.
Yeah, please make Flickr awesome again. And unfortunately, Marissa Mayer.
Yeah.
And so they came back and said,
It wasn't a good response.
it wasn't a good response. They came back and said, hey, we're hiring. Come help us make it awesome.
It said, come help us make it awesome. And it said
Now
flickr.com/jobs.
Yeah. So they basically said, we're hiring. But it could be we're hiring for, maintenance. It didn't say we're hiring for a CEO for Flickr. That would have been, because if you thought you could go really make a difference, you would do it. You'd go,
Yeah.
hey, if I could really make a difference, but if you say, I'm going to be engineer 735 of 1200, then, you know. All right.
I mean, it would have been cool. There's a lot of things they could have done. They could have, come help make us awesome. Flickr.com/make us awesome, and it's a page where with a video and says give us your ideas or something like that. But
Yeah.
it was just apply for a job.
It was kind of cute, but it kind of fell flat, and it wasn't met with a lot of love in the community. So then I see these statistics, and then I saw some statistics just posted last week about the growth of Google Plus just in June alone. So I think we have that graph here. Oh no, this isn't just June. I do have some statistics for you from just June, so I'll look that up since we.
It's basically from a year ago when it started.
Yeah, so you can see how it's growing at the same time the others. But I wrote down something here. If I can just, did I actually write it? Ah, dog. I didn't. I copied it, but I never pasted it. So I've learned that if you only hit Command C and then don't ever hit Command V, it just
doesn't paste?
It goes
To the cloud.
to the cloud.
Can I pull it down from the cloud?
I need to pull it down. Help me. Pull it down from the cloud. Anyway, so here's what I'll get the statistics for you on the break. But what I want to talk about is this: oh, hold on, I got a message. Wow, I tell you, we run a tight
From the
ship.
cloud.
I got a message from the cloud, and it said, "Pull a verb." Anyway, so first off is this. And this is going to be hard for a small percentage of you, is when I want you to think about Google Plus in these terms first, because I think we do see a lot of growth, actually. And I'll have some statistics to back this up in just a moment when I wake up. Secondly, though, is I want you to do this. You understand Facebook, you're already on Facebook, blah, 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 blah. I want you to go to Google Plus for something different. Because do you need another Facebook? Anybody? Do you need another Facebook?
No.
Do you need another Facebook?
No,
Brad? Okay.
I don't use the one
So
I have.
you want something different. Forget about the marketing part. And this is what the problem is. Most of the people watching this show, most of the photographers anywhere do photography because we love it. It's our passion. It's our hobby. It's what makes us happy. Out of all these millions of photographers, a small percentage of them make their living from photography. Mm-hmm. Those people probably aren't going to go to Google Plus because all they're worried about is one thing is business. Like, Scott, I can't go to Google Plus. My customers aren't there. My customers are on Facebook. That's okay. You do not have to quit Facebook. I want you to go to Google Plus for something different. And I think that one day there will be a real strong business play there. And there are people that will argue there's a strong business play now. However, this is what I want you to think about. Numero uno, is when you go to Google Plus, the thing I get from Google Plus that I never get from Facebook is a lot of inspiration. You see beautiful photography all day long on Google Plus. You see fantastic photographers sharing beautiful images again and again and again. And the way that they're presented on Google Plus makes them beautiful. You can go full screen, and this is the moment I knew Google Plus's photographers, when they show the XF data, where you can go and look and say, this was shot with this lens, with this camera, at this f-stop, it actually, and that really shows a commitment from Google on the other side. But I want to take a moment, all right, to talk about, when I talk about inspiration, Google Plus just launched their iPad app. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have it hooked up here, so if we can jump over to, this is Matt's, and just take a look at what their iPad app looks like. And of course, they have an Android app as well. It's not just iPad. So we're going to switch over to that. I just feel any second the switch will happen. It's not showing. I figured
Should I
that's
unplug it and
showing me.
replug it in, or what do you want me to do?
All right, so
unplugging, replugging in.
Unplugging and replugging. Hey,
Works for everything.
since we're waiting for that, if you could just zoom in a little closer on me, because I really want me focused. When there's a technical problem, zoom in on me.
There we go.
Yay, okay.
All right. So this is what you see when you the first time you sign into it. Big pictures. I love the app. In fact, I don't really even want to go to the website anymore.
I know. I like the app so much. I'd much rather look at it's I hate to say it's better than their website, but it's better than their website. There's Guy. Oh, that's me.
Who's that guy?
That's me planning out my reunion.
That looks like you too.
That is me.
What?
That's me. That's me. Look.
Scott
scroll down.
Norris.
No, scroll down. That's me right there.
Oh yeah, dude, I knew you were a deer.
I was looking to the left. Hey, scroll back up.
Yep.
Will someone tell Jeff Ravel to use a long exposure there? Dude, F22. Put on a polarizer.
Oh, dude, you sewed it. You went there. You did.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
Jeff.
the first one to go there.
I agree, Jeff. Hold on. We can scroll down a little bit because we can show Jeff what the water should look like.
This is getting bad. Okay, you got to realize Jeff's a buddy of ours. We would never do this to a stranger.
Oh, there's another one here. There's another
We would
one.
never do this to a stranger.
Oh, here we
Jeff's a
go.
very good friend of ours.
Yes, Jeff is a friend. Jeff, this is what the water should look like.
Ooh. Hey, can I mention Jay Patel right there? Can we stop here?
You can.
Jay Patel, I've mentioned before, is the landscape photographer I want to be when I grow up. Jay Patel is a person that puts up a lot of images, and that was just totally by accident that we saw. Can we see Matt's thing again here? Like a little bigger view of it here. This guy has got some of the most captivating, images. I would actually say that. Oh yeah, Brad says we would never do that to a viewer unless it's a Brian critique. Yeah, we mentioned
that's
Jeff's
true.
name, so, but this is for Jay. It's a nice image, but it's not indicative of his stuff. Is just amazing. But that's one of the things is we get a tremendous. But here's the other thing that you get really, really well on Google Plus, and why you need to be as a photographer on there. Whatever photography news that's happening out there anywhere is already on G Plus. All the photography news. So if you're like, I've tried to use aggregators and different things to get the news and stuff, it's already there. Mm-hmm. Whatever news, if there's this much buzz about anything, it's there with photos or with video or with both. Because unlike like Twitter, which is kind of like texting, people think photo first on Google Plus, which is why you could not do that interface on most social media platforms because it would be
They wouldn't have anything.
It's such a photo-driven, and that's why I think Flickr is losing, because Flickr is basically you put up a picture and there's a little bit of community, but it doesn't have all the other things. Flickr doesn't have any news. Flickr is only inspiration, where G Plus has a tremendous amount of news. I want to read some comments there.
All right. First one here, Andres. G Plus is not for friends and family, I think. It's for interests in making new friends based on that. That's a really good point.
That is very good. Andres B.
So, because I have a thought that goes to this, because we're really comparing. I really compare Google Plus more to something like Flickr. I don't compare it to Facebook because right now at least, I think they're two totally different animals.
They are.
Facebook is where your friends and family are, and I think people realized I can't find things about what I'm interested in on Facebook. I can talk to my friends and family and find out what they're having for dinner tonight, but that's where Google Plus fills in the hole. Google Plus fills in, and if a lot of people say Google Plus, you hear the term ghost town used quite a bit lately, and I don't think it's a ghost town. It's a different group of people. That's why if my sister goes there thinking she's going to find all of her friends and family, she's not. Right. But from a tech perspective, from a photography perspective, from an art perspective, when we go there, we find way more on Google Plus than we would on something like Facebook.
I find it way more than anywhere. I think it's the most vibrant photography community online.
But she makes a good point about the whole friends thing.
Right, and so here's what happens, and this is where I think, when you hear the word ghost town, I think here's what's happened. Someone gets on there, and let's just pretend it's Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. You get on Facebook, what's the first thing that happens? It looks at your address book and goes, look, your sister's on here, your mother's on here, your boss is on here, your friend Matt's on here, and then you instantly have people, and you instantly have things happening in yours. You sign on to Google Plus, it doesn't go, hey, your friends are here. It's a completely different paradigm. The paradigm is you're supposed to find what your interests are. You say, I'm interested in photography. You'll be able to find thousands of photographers that are sharing stuff every day. You'll be able to find, and here's things that you're able to do. You'll find, if you're into aviation, what was the first thing you did on Google Plus? Yeah, you're a pilot, so what was the first thing you did?
Well, yeah, I looked for other actually, Googled pilots, and wound up finding some friends that I already knew, but yeah, and then some other pilots that I circled.
Right, and she gets pictures of planes, news about airplanes, safety bulletins. I mean, all these kind of things from basically strangers, right? That are just that are putting this content out there, and I think that's really, really important. Number two is.
Well, I think part of it, and I can't remember where I talked about. I think it was Life Through the Lens. But when we were talking about the difference between Facebook and Google Plus, part of I think what makes Google Plus work so much better is its openness. Like on Facebook, you have that opportunity to say, do I want to let this person in or not? When you're looking for just interests, and then you select all those people and have all those people in your circle on your interests, you're not thinking about that individual. You're going to let a lot more people in, a lot more information
Right.
in, a lot more, if it's photographs or if it's aviation or if it's painting or whatever it is, it's immediate that you're going to get that. If you're just looking for interest, you're going to let those like-minded people in without considering them necessarily individually.
Right.
Now, if they wind up not being appropriate, then that's a whole other thing. You can get rid of them, but
And on Google Plus, you will have people that post entire circles. They'll go, here's 50 good photographers. And you just
Yeah.
take that thing and click, and boom, those 50 photographers, when they post content, shows up in your stream. So what the difference is and you make a great point, is you're letting these strangers in, but you're doing it willingly. You want to see what they have to share. Your job on Google Plus is to find content and bring it to you. Where on Facebook, you sit back and go, I can't wait till my friends find me.
well, right, because if you're coming from Facebook, you're waiting for individuals to find you or for you to find individuals, and that's kind of completely backwards to how it actually happens on Google Plus, right? You need to go in there looking for interests and start Googling your interests, and then all of these people will come up.
Right. And then also, so how do you get people to follow you? What would your strategy be to get people to follow you on Google? Because you started it. You have, I think, one of the best pages on Google. I mean, I follow you because you're really cute.
Well, you better follow
No,
me.
but outside of that, is you put up really interesting things. I go to your page every day to laugh, to get inspired. Like it's I go to your page even when you're not sitting right next to me having coffee, because your page is fun, and you've built 6,000 followers plus. Basically on creating fun. So there's your page right there.
Oh, there's my page.
You share photos, you share stories, you share personal stuff. Cheese and crackers! I almost forgot I'm on the grid today, and you don't get phrases like cheese and crackers just anywhere.
No.
Well, I don't know exactly what brings anybody to my page, except for me and my page, I'm genuinely interested in the people that come and visit me, and I'm genuinely interested in having a conversation with them. And it was Ron Clifford that said this, and he really nailed it. And he said that Facebook is for commenting and Google Plus is for conversation. And why that's important, not just for the individual or whatever your particular interest is, but for photographers, because photographers can not you, because I'm there, but can tend to live in a vacuum. And I think what's good for them on Google Plus is not only, like you said, all the news, all the updates, all of you guys are there, sharing all your content, your information, but there's an opportunity to really interact with the individual out there. And not that you like all the comments, but you get to hear feedback you would not hear on Facebook or any other place, because it's more about the conversation. They say more. They just comment on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you don't want to hear everything everybody says.
It's not that.
But
Hey, I want to read this comment, though, Matt, because I want to. Two things. Before we read this comment, I do want to plug a great show, because you mentioned it, Life Through the Lens. Is a terrific talk show about photography. It's about life and photography. So it's a lifestyle photography show, but very, very, very good. Is it lifebehindthelens.com?
could be.
We're going to find out. I'm going to go.
I'm a horrible guest.
I'll Google it. Well,
Could be.
I'm going to find out.
It's a great group of people, though, that host that show. And they just make the experience of being on it for sure, but watching it just fun.
All right, that's not it.
Life Through the Lens, I thought.
No, you're right. It's Life Through the. It's not Life Behind the Lens.
I thought it was.
Is it Life Behind the Lens or Life Through
Try
the Lens?
Life Through the Lens.
All right, it's.
That's not it.
Hold on.
They're on G+.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really Life Through the Lens. wouldn't have hurt if I like took 2 seconds more to research that. Life through the lens? Is this it?
That's what I thought it was. No, I don't know what that is.
Rats.
That's a blog. Here, keep going though. Amazon. Oh gosh.
I should have just looked
Are
through.
you on G+?
Wait, Life Through the Lens, G+?
Yes.
Is this it?
Yes.
Come on, help me out.
We hope.
Yes, isn't
This
that
it?
what I said? Yes.
Yes,
that's
this is it.
Okay, I was right.
So
Woo!
it is. It's Life Through the Lens. They're on G+.
Yeah.
All right, and I watched last week's show. And I watched the show before, of course, because you were a guest on the show.
Sometime,
It's a
yeah.
terrific show. Go to G. Well, you're on G+. Go to G+. And look up Life Through the Lens.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a great show. It's like a panel discussion and stuff. There we go. The little cursor is pointing to it. Life Through the Lens. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I was a little. Okay, now that was number one. Number two, somebody put this. I don't know who wrote this because it's just a line, but it says about G+. It's like Guy Kawasaki puts it. Facebook equals friends. So Facebook equals friends. Twitter equals perceptions. Google Plus equals passions. All right. So,
But you know what? Out of all of those and any of those, you'll get out of it what you put into it.
Exactly.
If you're getting
Right.
more response
Now,
on.
Matt is a dissenter in this.
I am a
thing.
dissenter.
And I,
Of course.
well, let's go ahead and hear your thing.
So take what, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for Guy. But take what Guy just said, because what Guy has said is what many people say about classifying all of the different social media things. A lot of the people that I hear that will talk differently about something like Twitter and Facebook are people that were unsuccessful there. They were in last. Let's face it, the people that succeeded in Twitter and Facebook were people that were there first.
Right.
So a lot of the people that I hear say something like that, they were people that didn't get in early enough to really develop that big of an audience there. I think there's lots of passion on Facebook. I think there's lots of interaction on Facebook. I've talked to Scott many times about this. I have 20,000 Facebook followers, and I have 40,000 Google Plus followers, and I get 75% more interaction over on Facebook, and I get conversations on Facebook. I get people that
but
talk
they're
back
creepy. No, I'm just kidding.
But so I don't know if you can say that. No, what I will say is and this is why I still agree with our topic today, is that I don't think Facebook is growing.
No, it's not. What, dropped 8%?
Yeah, so I think like if
last
you're
rankings of satisfaction.
Yeah, if you're just starting out today and you're a photographer, whether you're trying to make money or you're not trying to make money, Facebook is going to be a difficult place to go in and interact to do anything because you're already late. It's already.
I agree.
It's already
I think
done.
there is some truth to that it does matter when you get into something. Certainly, if you were getting into MySpace towards the end of that, you might have had a wholly different experience.
And the gentleman Ron Clifford that you mentioned earlier, I don't have anything against Ron. It's just my guess is if I went and looked at his Facebook page, it's going to be 300 people.
Oh, I have no idea.
If I went and looked at his Twitter following, it would be. So he's not feeling that interaction. Where I have to say, I feel the interaction on Facebook. I get
okay,
lots of.
But here's my get out of jail free card with you. I have 2 get out of jail free cards.
All right.
Number one is Matt really worked to grow his Facebook page. He would tell everybody, go to my Facebook page, Matt Kloskowski. No, it's not. Was it Matt K?
Photoshop guy.
Photoshop guy.
The Photoshop guy.
Matt worked hard on this show, on his blog, on every place else, to lead people directly to his Facebook page. Matt has done virtually nothing to lead people to his G Plus page. So he has very, very casual people that kind of just found Matt. Matt worked to drive people to Facebook, and he's worked hard on his Facebook presence. I would argue that Matt has developed a different audience on Facebook, and I'm going to divert to Calibra. So Calibra, you have a Facebook page.
I do have a Facebook page.
You have a G Plus page. And what is your because you're in a different situation than Matt, you did them both about the same time.
Right.
So how is what is your response on G Plus versus Facebook?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to qualify what I'm going to say because, of course, it's much more active on G+. But I enjoy the G+ experience much more. So I spend more time there and more quality time there. And actually, that's what I would say about all of these social things. Now, I'm not talking about ones that are actually really on their way out and dying. There's those that happens. But if you're on active sites in Facebook, I mean, it's not growing maybe, but it's still obviously a very big deal. So I think even if it's subconsciously, these different sites, speak to you in a different way, right? And if you're enjoying yourself more on one of these, you're going to spend more time there. If you spend more time there and you're enjoying yourself there, it is naturally going to cause more interaction there. And so it may be Facebook for some people, and it might be G+ for somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So it does vary. Hey, I was looking up something that I put on my blog the other day. On G+ the other day, because I saw on the front page of CNN an article about this, about Google+ and its growth, and that it said despite what people have said, like Matt, and it mentioned Matt.
No, they had a good article on it. I read that too.
Yeah, they had a really good just this week about it. They're also showing people's satisfaction with the different social medias, and they pointed to Google+ being tied at the top between Wikipedia, which is not, I don't know if you can really count that, as satisfaction, and Google+ were number 2. The one that had moved down was Facebook, since the timeline had come out that Facebook had actually moved down. And that is my understanding.
Well, and that's probably because a lot of the people that had been on there for so long, they don't like the change, I think. But honestly, I really don't get why people get so
Protective.
upset about one site versus the other, or even if one's going, I'm totally a who moved my cheese kind of person. If you move it, I'm just going to go over there where the cheese is. And so, if Facebook goes away, I'm just going to use Google+ or vice versa.
Here's why. Why do people get so angry about the difference between an iPad and an Android, a Mac and a PC, Microsoft and Apple? Because they've made a decision. If they've invested their time in Facebook, they've made a decision, and they want everybody else to be on Facebook. Because if you choose something else, it makes your decision look like, oh, maybe you didn't do the right thing. You're on Facebook? How stupid. I'm not trying to talk anybody into stopping Facebook on anywhere.
No.
I'm just saying is, number one, as a photographer, I think it is the most vibrant photography community anywhere, period. Now, and there are other good photography. 500px is a terrific one. I love them. I have a 500px account. I think all of us do. I think it's a great photography community. But you have to realize that there is more than photography on G+, and I follow more than photographers. I have other people that have fascinating things in there. Technology people like Robert Scoble, and a guy Kawasaki posts some of the most interesting things. There's really, instead of just being just a photography community, it is a photography community, and you can expand it any way you want from there in a much bigger way. Lost in Maylene wrote a very good comment here. It says, I admin a group on Flickr with over 5,000 participants. Most post images, and listen to this, most post images, but almost nobody participates in discussions. That's the exact opposite of Google+, where everything's a discussion. And in fact, one of the things that's, I think, so compelling about G+ is Hangouts. There's no place else where you can do that, where you'll look and there'll be top photographers holding these Hangouts. They're done by video. It uses the camera in your laptop, and you have discussions and group meetings, and you're in there talking to the heads of Google, famous photographers, different people popping in and out of these Hangouts. You're watching them live. You're participating in them live. You're actually sometimes in the Hangout. If they have space for someone to add in, people just jump right in. They're broadcasting Hangouts out to the public. This is stuff that's not happening really anywhere else the way it does on Google+. And it's the interaction. Everybody says we want interaction. How does it get more interactive than that with Hangouts? And my other thing about Facebook, don't leave Facebook, but is this. If you're on Facebook right now and you go, I gotta find a kick-butt photographer, you'd better know that photographer's exact name, because it's not good for finding photographers. It really isn't. If you don't know, I wonder if Joe McNally's on there, you'll type Joe's name and he's probably there.
But then he has to, he has a fan page, but.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you want to find photographers on Google+, there will be people sharing groups of, here's 50 great underwater photographers. Here's 100 great photographers that have under 10,000 followers. Here's the top followers. People put up collection after collection after collection. You will never run out of things of people to follow. There'll be more people to follow than you could stand to have in your stream. You'd be like, it's too much content. My head will explode. But the fact that you can do these things, the fact that it is, and it's not just made for photographers, obviously, but the thing is, it feels like it was. Glenn Dewis writes, hey Glenn, he's our buddy out in the UK. The only thing I use Flickr for nowadays is for group meetings and photo walks as a place where people can upload their pictures from the day. It sounds harsh, but Flickr nowadays just isn't viewed as a place for serious photography, just as Photobox isn't the place for getting high-end prints. Of course, they still have their place, but not in the pro arena.
You know, I guess the question I would ask is, why does it have to be an either-or situation? I mean, if there's something like Google Plus out there and available to you, why wouldn't you do it?
Take advantage of it.
Right.
Exactly.
George K says, if you're trying to make money in photography, use whatever your target audience is using. That's true, George, but what I'm trying to do is get you past that. Everybody gets so hung up on the money. But you know what? Here's the thing is, how many of our audience, of our whole viewing audience, hundreds of thousands of people, actually are making a living in photography? This many. It's a tiny little sliver of people.
It's a passion.
Most people, it's a hobby and a passion. We love photography. We're crazy about it. We want to do it because we love photography. If you love photography, that's the biggest reason to be on Google Plus, because you are going to get the news, you're going to get the inspiration, you're going to get inspiration, you're going to learn about all kinds. I didn't know who Jay Patel was a year ago. No offense to Jay, but now he's like my hero. There are people that I've learned about, photographers and genres, not just looking at their pictures. People share on Google Plus. There's tutorials, there's all kinds of videos. Because it's tied into YouTube, there is a tremendous amount of training that actually goes on there, and people share. If you need something and you go, hey, I need a place to shoot in Austin, Texas, people that are following you will just jump in to help.
Well, now that whole events thing, you know, that they added, that's crazy, right?
The whole events thing that they just released, that's the other thing about Google Plus that as a photographer you will love. Google adds so many freaking new features, you can't even keep up with them. They're constantly listening to feedback and adding new things. One of the things they just added was the events thing. And you can take an event and turn it into a party. So let's just say, for example, that sometime soon I were to announce my worldwide photo walk. And let's just say that we decided to get Google involved. And what you could do is on the day of the walk, you just turn on this event and make it a party. Anybody that takes a camera that's invited to the event, their shots can go immediately
in the cloud?
Up to the cloud. And everybody can see them as they're happening. There's things that are just happening on Google Plus aren't happening anywhere. We have a lot more to talk about. We've got some giveaways to come up. But first, we need to have a break. Hey, by the way, before we take this break, this show is sponsored by Mpix. They are an online photo lab, a fantastic online photo lab.
They have a contest going on right now. They do. So I think it goes for another week or so.
Pimp My Home?
Hip My
hip,
House.
That's right. It's not
called,
Pimp.
But Hip My House.
Hip My
Hip
House.
My Home. Hip My House.
I like
something
Pimp My
that.
Home.
But make sure you check them out because it's a very cool contest, and I love the premise behind it, which is just getting artwork on the walls. So.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you go to my blog, scottkelby.com, go back not this Wednesday, but it was last Tuesday, so a week and a day back. On my blog, RC wrote about the contest and showed his own home where he took an empty wall and then he did that. He hipped his home using his own pictures with prints from Mpix. It's a great article. The whole thing is just interesting to read. But go check it out, and it'll get you totally into the contest. And the contest, unfortunately, the contest is U.S. only because Mpix is pretty much U.S. only. So just want to mention that. We're going to take a short break. We come back. More stuff, more comments, more G+ love. Don't go away. We'll be right back here on The Grid.
Hey everybody, RC here. I have a confession to make. I'm a photographer. I spend all my time taking pictures, but you know where those pictures don't end up? My walls. I don't do anything with them. We bought this house in December, and there isn't that many prints up here, and you know what? It doesn't feel like home yet. Now, Mpix is a contest that's going to help you with exactly that same problem. Go to mpix.com/hipmyhouse. You put in your email address, and one of you guys is going to win a $5,000 shopping spree where you can get your entire house done up by Mpix. Now, I don't qualify, so I actually had to go and bite the bullet and order a series of prints from Mpix. I had my buddy Rich come in and mark some spots, and then I had my buddy Pete come in here, and little by little we were able to put all of these pictures up, and now all my photography is up on my walls. And that's the cool part about it. When I take all my pictures and I put them up there, it does make my house feel a lot like a home, and it can with you too. Make sure you check out mpix.com/hipmyhouse. Maybe you can win $5,000 to be able to do this to your home. Take care.
Dude, what are we paying, RC? Did you see the house and the gas grill in the back? Like, dude, that gas grill isn't cheap. Anyway, we are back. Scott Kelby here with Calibra.
Hey.
And Maddie Kay.
Hola.
Pete's writing on his bread. Are you seriously writing on your bread?
I can't believe he has he left.
French bread.
Oh, no.
Oh la la.
How are the comments there, Petey?
The comments are kicking through. It's been an interesting round of comments. Everybody's going back and forth, and a lot of people going, what about 500px? Well, I love Flickr, but it's a battle back and forth. I've just been sitting back and watching it because, you know, people have drawn their lines and decided which one's the best instead of getting the best they can out of each one of them.
Interesting, P. You're fired. Okay, so all right. So we got a comment here that's so we don't know who sent it in, but a lot of people are asking about G+ generally. They're asking for advice how to get the most of it. And they're asking like, do we have any quick advice or a good resource to point them to for learning about G+?
Well, a good one would be, of course, Guy Kawasaki's What the Plus book.
Yeah, it's an ebook and it's like $2.99.
Yeah. And then also, I think it was great advice. Just go on there for your interests. You know, if you're, like we were saying on the break, if you type in underwater photography, all these underwater photographers are going to come up. Probably Elena Kalas
will be first.
Will be first. But that's the great thing about it. It's so easy to get to what you're interested in. And, and you're going to have a ton of it. And plus, they'll guide you when you first sign up and all that.
And you know
too,
what Facebook is missing at the top of their page that Google Plus has? Google.
Yeah, search.
Yeah, there's a search.
It's
You
the
can go up
people
there
that bring you
underwater
search.
photography. Ooh, here they all come. So,
Yep.
and so, but that's what I hope.
Facebook is about finding people. Google Plus is
about finding
topics
interests
and interest.
and
And
then
you'll
the people
find
that
people from
you'll find
that.
people from that.
Yeah.
But also the more you get engaged on it, there's no sense in you going to Google Plus. You don't put up any pictures. You don't share anything. You don't do anything. You just sit back and take all everybody else's content. It is a community, and you get what you said. That you get what you put into it.
Yep.
And so, do post pictures, do share stories, and become an interesting person to follow. And other people will start including you in those circles and go, wow, this is a person's
Well, but I think even better than being interesting yourself is being interested in other people. Right?
Yeah.
You know, when you
gotta
find
get
them.
So I just want to jump onto what you just
Go
said
ahead.
because, you know, and the person, back to the question was, do you have any advice on how I can get started? And it goes back to what you started this whole show with, which is forget building this huge audience. Forget I'm trying to sell things on Google Plus or Facebook or whatever. Forget all that stuff. Google Plus, and I do believe this, regardless of what I think about all the different social networks, I do believe Google Plus is the best place for photographers. So whether you want to build an audience of 20,000 or whether you don't, just you can go on there and consume. You can go on there and do a search for photographers. You don't ever have to post a comment. You don't ever have to do that. It's a tremendous learning opportunity. There, like you said before, there's videos. It's linked to Google. It's linked to YouTube. So there's a tremendous learning potential that even if you don't want to make a penny from this is your passion, this is your hobby, maybe you're not the kind to post about what you're doing or you don't feel comfortable posting your photos, you can still gain a lot by just getting on there and searching for other people. There's a ton of stuff on there. Use it.
There is. I want to read a couple quick comments. We just have a few more minutes left. So, and I think if we can tackle this, we might be able to help this gentleman. His name is Radu. Help me with the name here. You're good at this. What's Radu's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's blow it up. Radu.
Batarscu.
How about we just say
Butarscu.
Butterskew?
That's probably it. There we go.
Yeah,
Boutros Ghali. All right.
Butarscu.
He writes this, and this is interesting because I think his experience is not unique. I must be doing something wrong because I post stuff on Google Plus and I get zero feedback. It feels like I'm yelling in an empty room. It might be good if one is an established photographer, otherwise almost nobody will pay attention.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. But I have some advice for him.
All right. All I hear is how great it will be once you're on it. How we talk about, how about we talk about how to grow a presence for people that are not well known?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing is, so you've planted your flag, you said, here, this is my name, this is what I'm doing. But nobody knows you're there.
Right.
So how can they even comment? If you want them to know you're there and want to lead, go someplace else and start commenting. People have to see you somewhere, especially if you're following, bigger photographers or whatever your interest is. You find those people. Go there and interact with them. Leave your comments. People will start to see your comments, start to see you, and from your comments, get a sense of you and what you're like, and they will get curious. I've done it. Everybody's done it. When people comment, then you're like, oh, well, I don't know, this sounds like somebody that I might find interesting, and you go and you look for it. That's how you get people. You need to go and comment on others' site or pages.
There's another way to do this, and this is important. I'm on your page right now. You have 12 people have you in circles. This is a crime because you're a very good photographer. So everybody out there, go find Radu.
Okay, well, that's certainly going to help.
R-A-D-U.
Well, just zoom in on it. Zoom in on your computer screen.
Yeah, let me zoom in so you can see it bigger. Here we go. Let me move over. Whoa, wait, he went past. Whoa, wow. I zoomed in too far. All right, hold on. Where's Red? Is it? Oh, I lost him. Hold on. He's coming back. Here he is.
Zoom in.
Well, that's better.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, there's his thing right there. This guy's good.
Yeah.
But the problem is only 12 people know about him, and it's because of the reason that you just said. Nobody really knows he's out there, because here's what happens.
But stop. How did you find him?
That's it. Because he
commented on your page.
I clicked on his thing and said, hey, this guy's a good photographer, and now I have the opportunity to add him to my circle, and now I'll start seeing the content that you do.
You have to
I'm going to add him to my circle
and you'll
right
share
now.
and things like that. But
you have to
Just
interact.
added him.
And it's almost not that he was, or not that anybody means it that way, but it's a little bit arrogant to think you can just show up.
And everybody's like, hey.
Everybody's going to find you.
And that's why people use that term ghost town. Because his experience is what happens to a lot of people. But I still want to go back to your thing in the whole beginning when we talked about this topic for today. You very specifically said this is not about business. This is not about growing your business. This is about just engaging and getting on the Google Plus. So you know what? He can still use Google Plus if people don't comment on his stuff.
Absolutely.
He can still learn a lot from Google Plus.
Right, but he's creating content, and I think if you take the time to do that, you want to share, you want to get feedback, you want to grow, you want to. So
yeah, I don't think anybody wants to go there for a ghost town just to learn.
Right, and there's
everybody
5
wants
plus ones next to his, which means he's not alone. Here's something. Brad brought up something very good. If you want to learn how to grow your presence on Google Plus, if you want to learn how to get more people and get more out of it, go to youtube.com/Kelby Media Group. Go to playlists and look for the G Plus Photographers Conference. So we hosted a conference that was sponsored by Google Plus, but we produced it. And you'll hear classes and see all kinds of sessions, really engaging stuff, all about these exact topics. How do I grow my presence on G Plus? And you'll see all kinds. There's tons of both photography only sessions and sessions about Google. The conference was about 50-50, half about Google Plus, half about photography, but it was all photographers, and it's all online for free. YouTube.com/Kelby Media Group, and then go to the playlists. Look for the G Plus Photographers Conference, and you'll have all kinds of content. But man, that was just the best thing that you saw right there. That's how you get found. If you go and engage, because other people will see your comment. They're like, okay, so in this case, you commented on my page. But other people that see your comment that aren't the person that you commented on will look and go, wonder what his stuff looks like. And I do that all
And
the
you do,
time.
I do it. Everybody does it, and I think people really miss that. You know.
And can I just add one thing to Radu, because he's got a little bit of, number one, he's from New Jersey, so hey, you got the Jersey thing going. But the one thing is you didn't get your followers by just posting one day and everybody said, I'm going to follow Scott Kelby. You posted several times a day, every day, day after day after day
But what
after
is that?
day.
You get what you give.
And I'm looking through Radu, and in 6 months, he posted 4 times. Now, he's posted more in the last month. A lot of his stuff now says 1 month ago. But when I go down so in 6 months, he posted 4 times.
But honestly, if no one knows you're there, you can post every day. You have to go out and let people know that you're there and that you're willing to have a conversation.
He's up at 47 people now.
There we go. People are starting to, hey, he's tripled his following.
There you go.
He has more than tripled his following. Okay, hey, let's jump over to the computer here. You can see where, so this is going to YouTube. It says KelbyTraining.com, but it's our page on YouTube. You see YouTube at the top. There's the Google Plus conference stuff, and there's the opening keynote. What do you want from G Plus? Optimizing your images from G Plus. 10 things to help photographers on G Plus. An evening with Jeremy Cowart, which was just wonderful. Tips and tricks for G Plus. Building your brand on G Plus. How to host a successful, look at that. An evening with Trey Ratcliffe and the closing presentation, which was terrific. The Art of the Headshot with Peter Hurley. I mean, lots of great classes. There's my Crush the Composition class. All this content is there for free. So please, and also please share it, guys. You can embed those things right on your page.
Right.
All you have to do is go to the video, and if you go to the video, pick any one of those videos, you'll see a Google Plus logo there. All you have to do is click on it. It goes to your page, and you get to write a little thing like, hey, this is from the Google Plus conference. I think you might like it, blah, blah, blah. Share, boom, it's on your page. So just a couple more comments. We will have about 3 minutes left because we started a little late. Let's see. Sandra Isabel Aguilera Lopez says, G Plus is the best of the best to show the work from the simplest to the excellent and the largest share with everyone. Let's see. Ryan Prince, I don't have problems with feedback on G Plus. I post photos, and most of the time I get instant feedback, +1s and comments. Although I've cut back on the number of people I follow due to a cluttered stream. I agree with you. And also, do you realize, and this is a neat feature, that there's a slider where you can determine how much you want to see of a particular circle. Like if you're just like following people left and right, you can say, I want you to filter that, and you can slide that slider over to decide how much content you get. Because I only follow like 150 something people because of the exact same thing that you said. You start following hundreds and hundreds of people, and you get a flood of information, and that will completely cure your "it's a ghost town" thing when you realize how many people are actively and how vibrant the community is. Also, he says, although I've cut back on the number of people I follow, I try to interact as much as I can. I've gained followers just by commenting on someone else's posts. I was lucky enough, fairly near the beginning of G Plus, to be in circles shared by a couple of influential photographers, which gained me loads of followers. I had more followers in 2 weeks on Google Plus than I ever had on Twitter, and people are following me almost every day. I think the key is two-way interaction. You just can't expect people to speak to you first. Ryan Prince.
Yes, absolutely.
You deserve a break today from McDonald's. No. But, he's a good photographer too.
But, never mind.
Oh, you weren't going to go back to the Facebook thing, were you?
I was just, he said it himself about the Twitter thing.
Well, but it is. It really is. It sounds so
he didn't
simple.
succeed at Twitter.
But you're going to get out of it what you put in. I'm like, the Twitter is like, forget it. And it's not Twitter's fault. It's my fault. Yeah. I'm not good at it. It doesn't do anything for me.
You know, a big part of it is you have to like it too.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to spend time where you know, the look and feel of something speaks to everybody differently, right?
Yep.
And if you like the look and feel of Facebook, you're going to spend your time there. And if you like the look and feel of Google, and here's the other, but I say, why do you have to choose? I mean, I don't know why everybody gets so all in an uproar. You know, I'm using Google Plus. I use Facebook to some degree, although, you know, I'm just not enjoying my time there. And I have some friend requests, and I'm kind of debating on whether or not even to do it because these people are going to be bored to tears because it's almost an abandoned page at this point for me. and not that anybody else is not enjoying their experience and shouldn't be on Facebook. That's not what I'm saying. Just for me, I'm enjoying the Google Plus experience. But you know what? If Google Plus goes away or Facebook goes away, well, I'm already on Pinterest for anyway. but you know what I'm saying? Just wherever you enjoy it, spend your time there, and you're going to develop.
I spent some time on your Pinterest page today too, and I love your I love the one that you have about places that you want to go, or beautiful places that you've either been to or want to go.
Places,
I'm looking
yeah.
at that. I'm like, I want to go there. I want to
Right?
go there. I want to
Right?
go there.
No, dude, go to her custard page. She hates custard like you can't believe, and she made a page of photos about how she hates custard, and it is the captions are just hilarious. I go there daily to just crack up at the things. Hey, show her. Can you show her main page? She has some of the most beautiful Pinterest pages.
Is it places? Is that the
Places
is that the board
what
I'm
you were
talking
talking about. Yeah.
I love the places.
You would be such a great photo editor to magazine, I swear.
thank
Scroll
you.
down a little bit if you will. 'Cause these are all the different boards she has. Big girl shoes, very nice.
I was thinking about starting a board like that.
Big girl
girl
shoes.
shoes.
Well, that could be awkward, but
that's-
go for it,
yeah,
Matt.
go
I
for it,
say it's a place to express yourself.
Yes.
Express
Yeah.
yourself.
Do it.
I love her cool commercial spaces one is very cool too.
Well, you know what? And by the way, you hear about Pinterest, you'll hear people say guys aren't on there. That is the biggest baloney. Guys are on there just as much, if not more,
They
than
just
girls.
do it kind of on the down low.
No, they don't. They're interested in, like, a lot of guys will follow my Zoom page, or, my Flight and
airplane and
Fancy,
flight
of,
stuff.
car stuff, commercial space stuff. You went right to that.
Custard anyone?
Yeah, no.
It says custard anyone? No.
I hate
And you
custard.
like
I hate
every
it.
food, but she hates custard
Yeah, I
on
hate
a
it
level.
on a level. I'm
not a big
fearful of it.
custard.
All right, can you show me where that slider is for circles? Yeah, it's
Under circles?
it's under. Is it under your? It's under your home.
I have the hardest time
Or is
finding
it under?
that
I know
slider.
it is not easy to find because every once in a while I see it. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the slider. Let me see if it's under circles. Someone will tell me here in a second. They'll go. Let me go to circles. Don't look at my screen yet. I'm still like looking for it. No, it's not there. Hold on.
We'll see a secret circles.
No, I have secret circles that are just so secret that I don't even know what they are.
Do you go under circles and then click on a circle?
All right, don't look. Don't look.
They're not looking.
They're looking.
No, they're not.
All right.
Go
It's
under-
not under circles though, because I see it in other times. Hold on, my thing is like going so fast.
Now click on a circle. No.
No, hold on.
Is it under actions? The little gear
It
button?
could be over here.
No, it's not under the gear button.
Huh? Just yell it out, Brad. It's okay.
We don't
Say,
know.
hey, everyone's yelling at once. Brad,
Matt, do prizes while Scott's doing it.
you do
Okay,
prizes.
prizes.
Here we go.
Pete, where does it say it's at?
Pete, do prizes.
Go into circles and then look for relevance.
All right, I'm going.
That's
While
the
they're
top-
doing that, you want me to talk
menu.
about the prizes?
Somewhere?
Yeah, Pete, talk about prizes.
Okay,
That's
well,
not it.
today we're going to be having prizes. We're going to have one pass to Scott's seminar in New York and Philadelphia. That's one each. We're also going to be giving away one pass to Photoshop World. We're going to give away Scott's new Photoshop CS6 book for digital photographers.
There it
You're
is.
doing good, Pete?
Also, HDR Effects Pro, we're going to give away a package of that. We've got two books. One is Storytellers, and I don't know who that's by, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And the other one is Picture Perfect Practice.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to be giving away this wonderful drawing of a punch buggy. Actually, that's Slug Bug, SB. So we're going to turn off
what was the predominant? What did you?
Slug Bug actually won.
Oh, dude, I don't believe
It's
it.
crazy. So
don't
now
believe
I'm
it.
about to turn off moderation. Turn
You
on
don't believe it?
moderation. So now
it's
you're
not
going
a
to need
scientific
to
poll,
give us your what? I'm sorry.
I said it's not a scientific poll.
It was not a scientific poll. And so now you're going to need to put your name, your email address, and what prize you would like to have.
All right. Well, one thing is, can you show my screen real quick? There's the slider.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to home, and then you have these little things that friends and family and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And here's a slider. It says show everything from this stream in your all circled stream, or you can just edit it. Show most things from your stream. Show fewer things from your screen. forget this stream.
I
So
don't
you
wanna
get
see
to
anything.
decide. There you go. You get to decide that. I need to look up one more thing while we're doing it. Is there anything else we need to do prize-wise or anything?
We're good.
Because, no, don't say that because
What do you
we're out
need?
of time and I need to look up this one important thing. The thing I copy and pasted earlier, but I never went and got it, and I'm going to go real quick and grab it right now. So don't move, don't breathe, don't
Here, I'll
make
tell
us
you what.
down.
If you want to find any of us on Google Plus, CalibraGplus.com, right?
I think so. I would just put Calibra Kelly in there.
ScottGplus.com, MattGplus.com, RCGplus, PeteGplus.com, BradGplus.com. Meredith, are you MeredithGplus.com? No. Meredith, do you have a Google Plus account?
I do.
Do you?
I haven't been on in months though.
Why not? Huh?
Just haven't.
Do you go on Facebook?
Well, so she likes that better.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
fine.
This isn't the stat I was looking for because I saw a stat that said that now Google Plus is now larger than LinkedIn. They gained 14.2 million visitors, let's see, from 17.6 million in December, they're at 31.9 million visitors just in June alone. For the first time, according to Compete Statistics, Google Plus is now larger than LinkedIn, which had only 24 million visitors. LinkedIn had a 6.5 decrease in visitors in June compared to May. So they have the numbers for the social networks. Well, you can just put that up on screen there again now, you goobers. Here. Whoa, here are, oh, forget me doing this here. I can't zoom into this correctly because I have my zoom set too high. These are the social networks in millions of visitors for June, including the percentage changed month over month. So from May to June, Facebook was up 1%. YouTube was up 0.75%. Twitter was up 0.9%. Google was up page views 43.1% in 1 month. Something's happening there.
That doesn't sound like a ghost town.
Does not sound like if ever, like MySpace, of course, down 8%, LinkedIn down 6%. Those are pretty decent. So now the other thing is
still get that many people?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But I do want a lot of bands are on MySpace. A ton of bands planted their flag there, and they're
It's
still
stupid.
sending the people
Yeah,
there.
I know, but it's, really?
But you plant your flag there, but your audience isn't there. So who go?
I think
so there's
that's who
21
is
million
there.
bands?
But that's my whole point. Is
but
like,
there's fans of those bands.
I don't know why people get so sucked in. And why, if you have all of these things available to you, and you can make sense out of it and you enjoy it, why? I don't know.
If I was
Why
on
wouldn't you
like
do it?
MySpace, I'd go, dear MySpace followers, head over to anywhere.
Anywhere but
Really?
here.
Yeah, I just read a guy's comment and he said that Flickr feels old school to him. Like where Google feels nice, new and fresh, and it's all cool. And he said Flickr just feels.
Flickr hasn't been updated in years. I mean, that's part. People like updates. People like to know that they've got things that they want changed in a website and that it actually gets changed. And if those things have been done to Flickr, they don't let them know about it like Google does. They're not big changes. But you know what? I still think Flickr has a chance to come back. I still think. I mean, there's.
You know what? Usually, when something goes that far away, if they're down 50%,
Yeah, it does have something to do with how far away they go.
Yeah.
But see, I don't think Flickr's that far away.
It dropped 50% in 12 months.
I didn't see that in your graph.
Yeah, there was a graph we showed. Hold on, I'm getting it. Don't show the graph. Hang on, I got to do some stuff. My machine's kind of messy. From 21 million.
To 16 million. So they're down 25% in a year. I mean, that's not great, but
No, it's not good. Well, wait a minute. Is that 21 million?
yeah, 21 million to 16 million. So they're not dead. They're not on an upswing.
That ain't good. You never want to see this kind of graph of anything except for your cholesterol. All right. So here's the thing. And I'm just going to wrap up with this because we're way over now. All right. So DJ Brad Moore from America says it's time to wickety wrap it up. Yo.
Radu now has 72 people.
That's good. All right. Couple of things is number one is you saw Google jump by 43%, in the last month. I think that's great. But I think you have to realize Google is a year old. Google Plus is a year old, basically. Mm-hmm. There wasn't Google Plus a year ago. Facebook is not a year old. Twitter's not a year old. None of them are a year old. But Google has a reach. And I think that you're going to see Google Plus and more people starting to come into it. I mean, obviously, look at the jump in traffic here just recently. And I think what really is going to propel, if I had to name one thing that's going to propel Google Plus's growth, it's Matt's page.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I'm totally with you.
All right. Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. Brado, thank you for helping us today. Wani, nice work on the jib, buddy.
It's so hard, you can't see him.
I
Beautiful
felt very
thing.
well directed today. Jen in the control room, there were times where the teleprompter was stunning. The way it like sits there and doesn't move. It's like a still life.
Now, in her defense, she's doing a lot in there.
I know, her room is like all full of
There's like
monitors.
6
it just
screens
looks like
she's gotta
Star
watch,
Trek.
so.
And she's like, woo! Pete, you were miserable today. Oh, what'd she say?
She goes, "Thank you, Matt." So we have a speaker that we can hear somebody in the control room, so she just came on.
Yeah.
Say hi, Jen.
Hello.
There she is, the voice from above. Pete, let's show your puppet.
Yes. Good to be here, Scott. Glad it's my final day and I can go out with the bread puppet.
That is very, very
I'm not
nice.
sure Pete interacted enough today.
Yeah, I don't think so. Hey, and thank you guys very much, friend. And thanks to Google for the wonderful job that they're doing with Google Plus. We're thrilled to be able to have an account on there because that's the only real business we have with Google at this point. But we love you guys, and thanks to Mpix for sponsoring the show. Matt, Calibra, so how you doing? We'll see you guys later.
What
next
about
week.
me? What about me? Come on.
Right.
Where's the love?
There's no love for you, Matt. We'll see you guys next week right here on The Grid.
I
Take
love
care,
you.
everybody. I love you too. I love you.
This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by Mpix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto. Imagine more. On One Software that gets you back to shooting.
Adorama, more than a camera store. And Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images.